Picture this. You're sitting on your porch, coffee in hand, watching the world go by. You've worked hard, built a life, maybe raised a family, and now you're thinking about what comes next. For a lot of us over 60, that question isn't just about where to travel or how to spend our days. It's about what we specifically, when's the best time to pass wealth to your kids? How do you make sure it helps them without holding them back? That's what we're diving into today on Intergenerational Connection, a channel all about bridging the gap between generations with practical, heartfelt advice for living well and leaving a legacy that matters. Let's start with why this question even matters. Passing down wealth isn't just about handing over a check. It's about timing, intention, and setting your kids up for success without tripping them up. You've spent decades building something, maybe it's savings, a home, or investments, and you want it to mean as much to them as it does to you. But give it too soon, and it might slip through their fingers. Wait too long, and you might not be around to guide them through it. So, when is the best time to transfer wealth to children? Let's walk through some ideas together, like we're sitting down for a real talk. One thing I've seen, and maybe you have too, is that it makes sense to wait until your kids are standing on their own 2 feet. You know what I mean? When they've got a steady job, maybe a family of their own, and they're handling their bills without calling you for a bailout. That's a sweet spot. When your kids are financially independent, they're more likely to see your wealth as a boost, not a crutch. They've learned the value of a dollar, and they're less likely to blow it on something flashy that won't last. It's like handing over the keys to a car when they've already learned how to drive. This approach feels very American, doesn't it? We value self-reliance, that sense of earning your way. By waiting until they're self-sufficient, you're respecting their ability to take the wheel. But timing isn't just about them. It's about you too. Think about your health, your energy, your clarity of mind. The best time to transfer wealth to children is when you're still sharp and strong enough to make those decisions with confidence. I'm talking about sitting down with a lawyer, drafting a will or a trust, and making sure every detail is crystal clear. Why now? Because when you're healthy, you can think through what's fair, what's practical, and what reflects your values. You can have those tough conversations with your kids about what you're giving and why. Plus, let's be real. None of us want to leave a mess for our families to sort out. Clear planning now avoids those ugly disputes later, is the kind that tear families apart over who gets what. Americans are practical about this stuff. We like to get our ducks in a row. So, while you're still feeling good, take the time to set things up right. Now let's talk about your kids' mindset. Have you noticed how life experience changes people? When your kids are young, they might not get how hard you worked for what you have. They might see money as something to spend, not something to steward. But when they've been out in the world, maybe started a business, bought a home, or faced a few setbacks, they start to value what you're passing down. That's another great moment to transfer wealth, when they respect the grind behind it. It's not about waiting for them to be perfect. It's about knowing they'll use it to build something, not burn through it. This respects their individuality, their dreams. You're not just giving them money, you're fueling their ambitions, whether that's starting a company or securing their own family's future. That's the kind of legacy that feels right. Why does all this timing stuff matter so much? Well, for one, giving wealth too early can backfire. If your kids aren't ready, it's like handing them a loaded wallet with no instructions. They might make bad choices, think risky investments, flashy cars, or worse. That's not what you want your life's work to fund. Timing it right helps avoid enabling those mistakes. It's about empowering them, not setting them up to stumble. Plus, good timing cuts down on family drama. You've seen those stories. Siblings fighting over an inheritance because the plan wasn't clear. By thinking through the best time to transfer wealth to children, you're keeping things fair and transparent, which is something we all value. There's another angle here. Wealth should lift your kids up, not weigh them down. When you pass it down at the right moment, it can help them chase their version of the American dream, maybe buying a home, starting a business, or just having a safety net. But if you give it too soon, it can feel like a burden, or worse, it can breed entitlement. You want your kids to feel the same drive you did, that sense of opportunity earned through effort. Timing it right makes sure your wealth supports their goals, not replaces their hustle. Now let's zoom out a bit. Passing down wealth is just one part of living well in your later years. You've got to think about what keeps you going too. I like to think of 5 assets that matter just as much as money, maybe more. First up, your health. Stay active, eat well, keep your mind sharp. Good health is what lets you live life on your terms, whether that's traveling, gardening, or just enjoying your grandkids. It's that core American value of independence, being able to do what you want when you want. Next, financial security. This isn't about being rich, it's about having enough to cover healthcare, maybe a trip or two, or those unexpected emergencies. You don't want to lean on your kids or anyone else. That's freedom, right? Knowing you've got your bases covered. Then there's family. Strong ties with your kids and grandkids keep you grounded, but it's about balance. You want to be close without crowding their space, respecting their lives while staying connected. Another big one is having a home base. Whether you own your place or rent, having a space that's yours is like an anchor. It's stability, security, that sense of, this is mine. Americans put a lot of stock in that, don't we? And finally, close friends. A small circle of people you trust, who make you laugh, who get you. That's gold. Those relationships keep you grounded without dragging you into drama. Speaking of drama, let's talk about what to say no to as you move through these years. You've earned the right to protect your peace, so don't waste time on pointless socializing. You know those gatherings where it's all gossip and too much wine? Skip them. Your time's too valuable, and so is your health. Same goes for arguments that go nowhere. If someone's just looking to fight, let them talk to the wall. Focus on conversations that build something, not tear it down. That's about respecting your own perspective and theirs. And here's a big one. Stop people pleasing. You don't have to say yes to every request to keep the peace. Set boundaries. Stand up for what you need. That's not selfish. It's self-respect, something we Americans hold dear. Gossip's another thing to ditch. Talking trash about others doesn't do you any favors. Stick to honest, direct communication. It's cleaner, keeps your integrity intact. And finally, let go of grudges. Holding on to old hurts just weighs you down. Focus on today, on what makes you feel alive. That forward-thinking mindset is what keeps us moving. Now, let's get real about the people in your life. There are a few types you might want to keep at arm's length. Busybodies, for one, those folks who can't stop poking into your business. Your privacy's worth protecting. It's practically a right in this country. Then there are the negative thinkers, always complaining, always seeing the glass half empty. Their vibe clashes with that optimistic, can-do spirit we love. Jealous critics are another group to avoid. If someone's bitter about your success or anyone else's, they're not rooting for you. And finally, steer clear of ungrateful users. People who take and take without giving back. Relationships should be a two-way street, built on fairness and respect. When it comes to your kids, there are a few things to avoid too. Don't overshare your past glories. They love you, but they're focused on their own lives. Save those stories for friends who get it, and don't try to run their show. Offer advice, sure, but let them make their own choices. That's how you raise them, right? To be independent. Meddling's another trap. Let them handle their own households, their own money. Step in only if they ask. And don't do everything for them. Let them tackle their responsibilities. Overhelping can make them feel small, and you want them to stand tall. So what do you want in these years? A few things come to mind. A partner by your side, if you've got one, is huge. That companionship, that teamwork, it's emotional and practical support rolled into one. Family connection matters too, but it's about quality, not quantity. Enjoy your kids and grandkids, but respect their schedules. They've got their own lives, and that's okay. Then there's respect and recognition. Stay active in your community. Keep up your hobbies. Do things that make you feel valued. That's the American drive to contribute, to matter. Financial comfort's another big desire. You don't need to be a millionaire, but having enough for healthcare, a little fun, and peace of mind, that's freedom. And don't forget vitality. Stay active. Keep that spark with your partner. Live with energy. It's about feeling good, inside and out. Chasing that vibrant life we all want. So, How do you pull all this together? Here's the practical takeaway. When you're thinking about the best time to transfer wealth to children, plan it thoughtfully. Use tools like trusts or wills to keep things clear and fair. Empower your kids, don't enable them. And for yourself, live independently. Prioritize your health, your savings, your home. Nurture family ties, but don't overstep. Say no to toxic people and habits and focus on what brings you joy. Stay engaged, stay respected, and keep chasing what makes you feel alive. That's what intergenerational connection is all about. Living well, leaving a legacy, and keeping those family ties strong without losing yourself. If this resonates with you, hit that subscribe button and give us a like. It helps us keep bringing you content that matters. Until next time, take care, stay connected, and may God bless you.